Okay, so welcome to Physics 1300 Fall 21. Today we were going to go through a brief introduction about our course. We will see what material we will be covering, what are the assessment tools that we'll be using. So at the beginning, my name is Maher Bakri Qasim. I am your professor for this course. And I will start first with the quizzes. The quizzes has a weight of 40% of the total grade for that course. We will be having 10 quizzes, and we will be picking the best 8 out of those 10. We're doing this because we know that some of you may miss a quiz or two, and especially we will not offering makeup quizzes in this course. Each quiz will be made of 5 questions. The total mark for the quiz is 8 marks. 8 marks are distributed as 4 marks for the long answer question. So you have a long answer question that you require to solve on an external piece of paper and then scan it or take a picture and upload it to the course link. The other 4 questions, 1 mark each, will be from multiple choice or arithmetic, where you basically require to solve it on an external piece of paper. However, only the final answer will be entered in this question. So 5% each. We will be picking the best 8 quizzes out of those 10 quizzes. So this 5% is the 8 marks that we talked about. The quiz will happen during your seminar. So based on your section, we have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 subsections of the 4 main sections that we have. This is the seminar time. So each section will have the quiz at a specific. So here we have 2 time slots, 4:30 and 5:30, and both are on Tuesday. So based on your section, your quiz would be at 4:30 or 5:30. So this is going to be during the seminar time. You can log into the web advisor. You should be able to see in the web advisor your section and the time of your quiz. We're having a 10-minute window at the beginning of the quiz, so we can make sure that everyone, is starting within this window, in case somebody is a couple of minutes late. But try to be on time, because once this window is closed, you cannot access the quiz. So make sure you come ahead of time. The duration of the quiz is 40 minutes, and you have a few minutes after the quiz to submit your solution for the long question. Now, it is extremely important to keep in mind that if you face any technical issue during the quiz, this is the technical support that you should use. This email is our dedicated live technical support. Any problem you face during the quiz, you contact this email. Do not contact me. Do not contact Cindy or any of the TAs. This is the only contact info you should be using. We have dedicated live technical support to take care of your issue. Internet issue, problem uploading, make sure that you contact this email. Do not contact your professor. We will be putting up quiz number 0, which is a dummy quiz just to give you an idea about how, or to let you practice uploading the solution and probably seeing if you're facing any issue with uploading from your computer or from your phone directly to the course link. Okay, so the question I'm getting here is, how is extra time allocated for people registered with SAS? SAS will contact us, will give us the time allocation or the time accommodation for each student that is registered with SAS to make sure. Probably you can talk to your counselor and make sure that this information is passed to us before the quiz. I'm getting a second question here. Will we be using responders during the quiz? No responders during the quiz. The quiz is unmonitored. However, we have here some questions that are unique questions, so I don't suggest that you use external resources, because that would be easy to identify. So make sure that you work on the quiz only by yourself. Don't use any external resources. Any other questions? So far? Okay. So as I said, quiz number 0, this quiz is a dummy quiz. We will be putting it up for you to practice uploading the image. The format of the files we found to be easier to deal with is the JPEG and the PNG. Maybe PDF should be okay. I think PDF should be okay. This format is not that popular. Not many TAs have the software to open this Apple format. So the best thing we recommend that you change the setting in your camera format such that HEIC is replaced with one of those easier to deal with or more popular formats, PNG, JPEG, or PDF. As I said, try practicing uploading and make sure that everything is going smooth in this quiz number 0. Now we have 2 special quizzes, quiz number 3 and quiz number 10. Those quizzes, the first one is happening during the Thanksgiving. Since it's a holiday, we wanted to give you more time. So we extended the time for quiz number 3 and also for the last quiz, such that you have 2 days to do quiz number 3 and quiz number 10. And we also gave you 3 attempts. So we will be picking the best attempt of those 3 attempts for quiz number 3 and quiz number 10. Those 2 quizzes will only have multiple choices and arithmetic. They won't have long answer questions, but they do have 3 attempts. So basically it's built from a bank of questions that every time you do an attempt, the question will change. However, we will be picking the best attempt of those 3 attempts for quiz number 3 and quiz number 10. We will make sure that the time given to you to study the material for the quiz is enough. Now, your first quiz will be during week number 3, which means you have week number 1 and week number 2 to prepare, or at the end of week number 1 and then week number 2 to do the homework and prepare for the quiz in week number 3, which is on Tuesday. As you can see here, each quiz is dedicated to cover specific chapter of the study guide. So quiz number 1 in week number 3, so this is quiz number 1 in week number 3, is covering study guide number 1. Quiz number 2 is covering study guide number 2, and so on. So the material that those quizzes are covering is clear, pre-assigned, so you know the material that the quiz would be covering ahead of time. And of course, we'll give you enough time to go through the material and to do the homework before you do the quiz. So this is for the quizzes so far, and I'm ready to take questions if you have any question about the quizzes. No questions? Okay. So some of you have faced some quizzes are online. The quiz is for 40 minutes. Seminars are held online. Seminars in week number 1 and week number 2 are not utilized, only starting from week number 3. Top hat is only for the homework, has nothing to do with the quiz. All the quizzes will be on course link. And by the way, I'm reading your questions and answering them. The study guide is the same as 2020. Once you enter the quiz, the 40-minute will start counting. I will check about a study guide being out of stock. My understanding that it is a soft copy, so why to be out of stock? I will check and get back to you about that. I am aware that some of you did not manage to get the study guide, but I will look into it. Only quiz number 3 and quiz number 10 have multiple attempts. Yes, and they don't have long answer questions. You don't choose about the quiz time. It depends on your section. If you look here at your section, based on your section, you will see which time is your quiz. Dummy quiz has 0 weight. It's only for practicing how to deal with uploading, just to give you an idea and to try uploading some of the images. Try to do a solution or take a picture, and after you take this picture, try to upload it in Quiz 0. Make sure that you can upload it and everything is going smooth. Top hat is not mandatory to purchase. Top hat is optional, as we will cover later on. Top hat is the software we are using to do the homework. If you choose to do the homework with the top hat, and let me jump to the last slide here. If you choose to do the homework with top hat, then top hat has an 8% of the mark. If you decide not to use the top hat, then you would be under scheme number 1, where the 8% goes to the final exam. So even if you have the top hat and you tried, the top hat to get the 8%, and you ended up that your grade is, your final grade for scheme number 1 is greater than scheme number 2, we will take your grade for scheme number 1. So look at the top hat as an assisting tool that will not hurt your grade. So if it does not help, it's not going to harm you at the end. So it's not mandatory, it's optional. It has a weight of 8%. If you want to use it, that's fine. If you don't want to use it, this 8% goes to the final exam. When we move back to in-person classes, will quiz be held online? We will be moving to in-person classes after September 27th. Quizzes will still be online, held online. Labs will also still be held at home. Only the final exam so far is scheduled to be in person. So for week number 1 and week number 2, yes, there is no seminar to attend. The study guide are purchased through the bookstore. Right now, some of your colleagues are saying it says sold out. I'll get into this and find out what's going on. The textbook and the required material or resources for this course are in the course outline. If you go to the course outline, you will see the required material. You can purchase them from the bookstore. If you purchase the soft copy of the textbook, Top Hat comes with it. It's now one entity. They're not two entities. If you buy the soft copy, Top Hat comes with it. If you have a hard copy, then Top Hat, you cannot get an access to the Top Hat, unfortunately. And also the lab kit are available through the bookstore. You only take a picture and upload the long answer question. Okay. Can I ask you please to mute your microphone? Thank you. Unless you have a question, then let me know and I will allow you to ask your question. The study guide is very useful, but not mandatory. It's up to you, actually. My understanding, it's worth $15, if I'm not mistaken. Third week, quizzes start on the third week of the course. They're practice quizzes. In the study guide, you will see some self-test questions. Go ahead, Amelia.
Hi, I was just wondering if there's a specific name of the textbook and lab kit and study guide, just because I don't know if there's a website we can go to, but it just seems vague as to the names of them.
If you go to the course outline that is in the course, here in the course link, under the course outline, click on the course outline. You will should be able to see the name of the textbook, Physics and Algebra-Based Approach, 2nd edition by Omera. And the link to the course, to the bookstore is also there.
Okay, so how do we know the name for the study guide and the lab kit? Is it just like one specific brand or?
If you go to the bookstore and search for the Physics 1300, you should be able to see the material that you can purchase. You need to purchase the lab kit and the study guide from there, and the textbook as
So
well.
if we put in our course code, then it will only give us like one option for which ones we have to buy. So then we know.
I think so, yeah. Let me go there.
Okay.
If you put, okay, hold on a second. Select term. Physics 1300. Can be purchased here. All ebook and digital access can be purchased here. We go to the chemistry, physics. Have you tried going to the bookstore?
I have not yet gone to the bookstore, but I will be
Okay.
going today.
If you go there under the ebook and click on Physics 1300, the interactive ebook, and then the e-study guide, then you should be able to see them.
Would you recommend we buy the ebooks or the actual physical copies of each?
Now that's the thing. If you buy now, I found it there. Let me, if you go here, let me see. Now I went to the bookstore. I went to the ebook can be purchased there, clicked on it. And then I scrolled down till I found F21 Physics 1300 Custom Interactive Ebook. And then there's Physics 1300 Study Guide Ebook. If you add them, add to the cart, then you can purchase those two from there. Okay.
So you think we should purchase the ebooks and not the physical copies?
No, that's the thing. It's up to you. If you purchase the ebook, then you are getting the Top Hat software included in that software book, and that soft copy book. Then you can use the 8% for the homework. That's up to you. If you want to purchase an older first edition or another hard copy book, in this case, you won't be able to get the Top Hat software included. In this case, you cannot get scheme number 2. You only have scheme number 1.
Are you able to put the link to the study guide in there somewhere, or should we just be finding that on our own?
If you go to the, again, if you go to the course link and then go to the course outline, in the course link, click on the content up there, you will see the course outline. Click on the course outline and then scroll down. You should be able to see the name of the book, and you should be able also to see the link for the bookstore. Click on the link for the bookstore, then go to ebook can be purchased there. Click on it, scroll down till you find the 1300 F21 1300. You should be able to see the ebook for the textbook and the Top Hat, and you should be able to see the study guide.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. The lab kit is available through the campus bookstore. All this information are in the course outline. Make sure that you read the course outline very well, because it has plenty of information about the course, and also the lecture topics that are broken into the weeks, from week number 1 till week number 12. Okay, so let's continue with your questions here. No, the study guide is basically a summary of the material that is covered in this course. So look at it as some summary of what we have learned, just to an abstract or with some explanations of what you have seen in this course. As I said, the study guide is useful, but not mandatory. It's not necessary, but it does help, and it does provide some self-test also to examine your knowledge. Again, you can access the study guide online. There are access codes for the online. Yes, there are access codes for the online, that's correct. We will go through the material that we will be covering in this course shortly. I have plenty of questions here, so bear with me. Top hat, again, is used for homework, not for quizzes. So I will skip the redundancy questions. I will answer only the questions that I'm reading for the first time. If you face any technical issue, you need to contact the live technical support, which is this email. Do not email me. Do not email the TA, or do not email Cindy. We will not be able to help you. You should only be in contact with the technical support that we have his email here. PHYS1300 You're not able, unfortunately, you're not able to get the top hat without the textbook. I already talked to the publisher, and they said that they have combined both of them in one entity now. They cannot be separated. Again. We don't have a specific reading material that we put for next week. However, if you look at the course outline, you will see in page number 4, under the lecture topics, the material that will be covered in week number 1 and week number 2, also with reference to the study guide sections. So if you want, you can use that study guide as the reading material for preparing for next week. We don't have midterms in this course, only quizzes, labs, homework if you have the top hat option, and the final exam that is in person. So the final exam is in person. There won't be a Zoom link during the seminars. The seminars are going, the quizzes are going to be through the course link. So you go to the quiz, you will see in the toolbar, there will be quizzes. You click on the quizzes, you go there, you will see the quiz that you will need to do at that day. So we will not have a Zoom link during the quiz time in the seminar. Again, study guide is purchased from the bookstore. You can find the link in the course outline. You need to buy the lab kit from the bookstore on campus. Unfortunately, the top hat, as I said, cannot be separated from the textbook. So the textbook, the interactive ebook with the top hat is $111. I think you should purchase the textbook ASAP. We're starting next Monday. This Monday, we'll be having our first technical lecture. Quiz 0 will be up soon. I'm not sure if I understood this question. Is this program a free download or are we paying for it? No, you are paying for the top. If you buy the again, top hat is coming with the textbook. So once you buy the textbook, the interactive ebook version, then the top hat is part of it. You buy the e-study guide, the electronic version of the study guide from the bookstore as well. We're going to talk about the breakdown for the weeks are included in the course outline and page number 4 under lecture topics. You should be able to see what material you're going to study during each week. Again, you need the textbook and you need the lab kit for your for your lab experiments. We have 5 labs. We have 5 labs. Each is 3%, total 15%. Those are at-home labs. So you should be able to build the experiment at home or write your observation of an experiment that is given to you. You can use the TA support that is virtual through Zoom. Those will be available very soon. You can discuss it with your colleagues and collaborate with your classmates. However, you have to make your own measurement and you have to write your own work. It is extremely important. You can discuss it with your classmates, but you have to have your own unique report. So again, the study guide from 2020 should be okay. What do I mean by a soft copy? A soft copy is an online copy, not a hard copy. Again, top hat is not separated from the electronic textbook. How necessary is the textbook? Textbook is very important. It is our reference. We solve, practice all the questions from the textbook, from the back of the textbook. No programmable calculators are allowed. No electronics are allowed during the quizzes or the final exam. No external resources. You need to access the course outline in order to find all the information. I can see that the lots of the questions are being repeated here. All of them talking about textbook is necessary, yes. The study guide is useful, but not necessary. You can have the first edition or the second edition of the textbook, but you have to make sure that the numbering of the question at the end is the same, or sometimes the numbers in the question itself sometimes are changed, not all the time, but you have to make sure that, because second edition may include some update, which basically either adding more questions or removing some of the questions. So the ordering may be different. Most probably the questions would exist in both editions, but the ordering may be different. So this is on you to make sure that you know which question that is being referenced. First week, second week, there are no seminars. Lecture slide will be uploaded before the lecture. That's what I'm trying to do before the lectures. All communication will be through the course link. So usually I would put an announcement on the course link, and this announcement, you have to regularly check the course outlink, the course link for our course. Yes, I'll update you about the study guide. I will look into what's going on in terms of, I was told that it was sold out. I'm not sure why, but we'll see. Okay, I don't know what's wrong with the Zoom. It's acting up. It's frozen. I cannot scroll down the chat anymore. Okay, so if you have any question that I did not answer, please go ahead and use your mic.
So just to be clear, I was just wondering when I go on the bookstore website, so the interactive ebook and the physical algebra-based ebook, or sorry, physical book, those are the same, but then the comes with top hat, correct?
Sure.
Yeah?
Yes, the top hat is included in the interactive version.
Okay, and we cannot access top hat if we purchase the physical book.
Unfortunately. How much is the physical book?
It is $118.
Okay, so the interactive version of the book is $111, but includes the top hat. And I was told that it is lifetime. It's not going to expire. This is what I was told.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Any other questions before we continue? We need to talk a bit more about
Sir?
content. Yes.
Yes, sorry. For the labs, I just want to make sure I understand this correctly. I know there are time slots for the labs on the schedule, but from what I understand, we have to do them ourselves, or will
That's
they?
correct.
Yeah, so there won't be like a Zoom meeting where we.
No.
Oh, all right. Thank you.
You're welcome. You'll be given instructions, but you have to do it at home. There will be some help sessions. You can attend help sessions by TAs, or you can discuss it with your colleagues. But at the end, you have to do the experiment yourself and write your own report. Okay, so an interesting application, free application that you can download and play with is this Firefox application. It's an interesting application that utilizes all the sensors that do exist in your mobile. So your mobile is a smartphone that comes with several sensors that are built into this mobile phone, including accelerometer, gyroscope, pressure, magnetic field, orientation, light, sound, time. There are several sensors. This software or this application utilizes those sensors to let you do some measurements, some readings, and observe the measured data that you do through this application in that mobile. So the lab kit, as I said, can be purchased from the university bookstore. The textbook, the good thing about the textbook and the lab kit, that those can be used also for at least the most important part is the textbook is also used for the physics 1070 and physics 1080. So you need it also. You can use the same textbook for next term for the second physics course that you need to take. Also, some additional material that are handy at home will be used in those experiments that you need to do at home. So those are the 5 labs that are scheduled. We have the first one on kinematics, the second one on energy efficiency of a bouncing ball that we have recorded. The third one is the momentum. The fourth lab is about the electricity, and the fifth one is about the acoustics. The material of the course are divided into 4 main sections. In the first section, we will be dealing with the mechanics. And in this mechanics, we will be looking at one-dimensional kinematics and two-dimensional kinematics. We will also be looking at Newton's law and the definition of the work, energy, and power, and how to calculate the work, energy, and power. We will also be looking at the momentum and the collisions. We'll be looking at different types of collision, elastic, inelastic. In section number 2, we will be looking at studying the electricity, the charge, and how this charge is inducing electric fields, and the electric potential energy for those charges, voltages, and also the current. We will be looking at the definition of the resistance and how to calculate the equivalent resistance for different circuits. In the third section, we will be looking at the waves and the results of the vibration within the medium, and how is this vibration is inducing different types of waves. Some of the waves are longitudinal, some of the waves are transverse wave. We will be studying the interference and the standing waves due to the reflection of waves. We will be also looking at the acoustic resonance and the physics of the hearing, which is basically belongs to the longitudinal wave, the pressure wave. In section 4, we will be looking at studying the nuclear physics, understanding the radioactivity and the types of the decay. What is the half-lives? What is the attenuation? And we will be introduced to several medical applications. So this is what you will be seeing in this course. This is all what I have to tell you about in this introductory lecture for Physics 1300. If you have any question in this remaining 2 minutes, please go ahead. Otherwise, we will end it there.
I just have a question about our next class.
Okay.
What would we have to do we have to complete anything this weekend to be prepared for that next class besides reading the course outline?
If you go to the course outline in page number 4, in the table of the lecture topics, you should be able to see what is the material that we will be studying in next week.